How's it going, everybody? This is Shady of Shady Horror, back with another watch and another review. Today it is this one here, Portals. The other side has arrived. Let's go ahead and get into the synopsis of this. Portals is a sci-fi anthology tied together by a single event, the appearance of cosmic portals around the world. While many flee from them, the real terror sets in when others are drawn into these mysterious voids. Here you have, from four iconic horror directors, Greg Hale, who did a segment in VHS 2, Liam O'Donnell from Beyond Skyline, Eduardo Sanchez, the Blair Witch Project VHS 2. He's also done like Exists, Lovely Molly, Altered. He's actually done a lot of cool stuff. And Timo Giajanto, The Night Comes For Us. So we have an anthology film here. This is Portals. It is from the year 2019. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 25 minutes. It is put out by Screen Media, and it's a good old anthology film. I'm a big fan of anthologies, and here is another first time watch for me. The year is 2020 in this, and portals have been opened. So let's go back to look forward, anthology style. In the first part, the location is a 911 dispatch office, and you know what? I wasn't expecting much from this, but it's more of a serious tone than I thought, and it's not bad so far. There's some CGI, but it works for the story because it's these portals, these doors appearing everywhere. There is practical effects in here too. The order of the stories takes place at different locations and times, all times set around the appearance of these portals. Not a bad premise. It's got some originality to it. The portals communicate with people and suggest things to them on some like telepathic type shit. There's more blood in this than I thought there would be. I wasn't really expecting much blood to be shed for some reason. And then here we move on to the next segment. It takes place in a parking garage, and that's not too bad of a location either. Lots of flashing lights in this segment, though. For people that have an issue with that, there is a lot of flashing lights in this segment. But I like this segment. It gets a bit violent and it gets weird. Another portion of the story involves a family and a father, how they kind of get separated and the crazy shit that leads to. This involves doctors and an eye that maybe has to be removed. All the while, it seems as though the portal or something is communicating with him, with the guy. Now, I went into this movie with no to low expectations. I thought for some reason it was going to be micro budget and maybe goofy a bit. This is actually a serious tone film, and you know what? It's better than I expected it to be. Kind of maybe like a mid-tier anthology here. I've seen much worse for sure. The overall look of it ain't bad either. It flows together. Not too bad. Although it's directed by various directors, it does seem to have a feel of some consistency. Like the camera work and everything, it has a feel of consistency to it. And all these segments seem to have a similar look and feel. It does feel sci-fi channel-ish at times, but it does have blood and gore I wasn't expecting. It's a weird, cool little anthology film. A lot of light reflections and static type sounds, but it does fit. It's these weird portals opening up everywhere and all this oddball shit taking place. Oh, it's getting like there's a portal now, got all blurry and shit. This is a sci-fi slash horror anthology that I've really heard no one talk about at all. But hey, maybe no one likes this. I somehow find it not bad. It is better than it should be. It gets plenty bloody too. It is weird, and that may throw some people off, but I like weird shit. It definitely does its own thing, and hey, props for that. Props for the originality at least too. It's kind of trippy too. It's a quick watch, and I didn't mind it. I picked this up at a Dollar Tree years ago and finally gave it a watch. It definitely is not one that will be for everyone, but hey, it's not a bad little addition to the anthology collection. It's got an odd feeling and an odd like order about it, and the beginning does tie in with the end, so it's solid in that aspect as well. I saw the Blu-ray of this recently online, and it was like $5 or something. If you like anthologies, which the majority of horror fans do, it's cool. And honestly, I didn't even really know anything about this or that it was even an anthology. Like, usually I'll just watch these films and then I don't really get into the synopsis and some of the description and all that until I actually go ahead and give it a review. Sometimes I'll just notice things online or in the collection. Like this one, I was just going through sorting the collection. I was like, hey, haven't watched that one yet. Time to give it a watch and review. So at one point it does kind of seems like it's the at one point it does seem like it's the ending, but it keeps going for a bit. Like there's even some kind of credit stuff or text that pops up, but stick with this, there's still like another like 5-10 minutes. So that was different, but it's original. And as I mentioned, it was bloodier than I thought it would be. A nice little not so well known anthology film. If you see it for cheap, maybe grab it for the collection. Like I said, it's not going to be for everyone, but I've seen much worse. And I did like this, a movie called Portals, and then it actually gets nice and bloody. Yeah, everybody, this is Shady of Shady Horror. And some point I will get back to some of the Stephen King titles as well. But for the time being, I think for these next few at least, I'm go ahead and just go through the collection and give these ones that have been sitting there on the shelf for a while a watch and review. So expect some more first time watches from me here coming up soon and some more reviews. You know how I roll. I just get on here and do this one take style. So I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody has a great spring now that we're getting to that time of year. Today, this was Portals.